Good morning everybody, and in today's video we're going to talk about 5 positives about being a log truck driver here in New Zealand. And for those who don't know me, my name's Jono and I've been a log truck driver since 2018 here in the beautiful land of New Zealand. Let's get into it. Number 1. One positive about being a log truck driver here in New Zealand is the money. I know some guys are going to blow up the comments, fellow truckies would be like, nah mate, that's not right. It has to be a little bit more, that's why we go to Australia and big bucks and all that. Yeah, fair one. But if you're a log truck driver here in New Zealand or a general freight driver, money-wise is actually pretty good. If you haven't got major outgoings, which I'm sure a lot of us do, but if you don't have many outgoings, you actually do get paid well. If you obviously pay child support, student loan, mortgage, all that sort of stuff, whatever job you're going to do, you're going to be struggling. Whereas if you come fresh off the boat or plane or whatever, come in and go hard, you'll be making a fortune. As I know some of my colleagues, they're from the Philippines, India, wherever, even parts of New Zealand, who are fresh 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and they're making awesome money. If you, like I say, don't tick up too many things and all that sort of stuff, you're alright. So for me, pay is happy days, and I'm sure a lot of you coming into the industry as well, it should be more than enough. Obviously, the more years you do, more experience you do, and courses as well, the more pay you get. It's the same, if you go into the Army or Navy, Air Force or wherever, whatever job you're going to go, you're going to have an entry level, and then after a few years you progress, get your experience up, do a few courses and all that sort of stuff, and then, your rank or experience level or whatever, goes up. Same as if you play Pokemon, you get your basic level, and then evolve, or any sort of video game. Like everything in life, the more you do, the more experience you get, and all that sort of stuff, your pay generally goes up, unless you're working in a company where they just hire slaves all the time. Then it won't go up. But luckily for my company and other companies I've worked for, your pay always increases, more experience you have and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty fortunate there that the company I work for is a top tier company, and also companies I've worked for previously, like Allied Concrete, out of the concrete realm, that's top notch. And other transport companies that I've worked for, they've always been really competitive pay, and really good for building experience, and if you have experience, progressing on from there. Number 2, second pro to being a log truck driver here in New Zealand is the lifestyle. If you're working 70 hours a week, you think to yourself, oh, there's not much of a lifestyle, but let's say if you start at 3 a.m. till 5 p.m, 14 hours, you can still go to the shops after or have some quality time, especially now in spring and summer. So over here, it's the 3rd or 4th of October. So here in New Zealand, we're coming into spring, so the days are getting a little bit longer. Really nice. So you get to spend some more time with the family. And winter time, it's going to be dark regardless. But still, if you like the snuggling up with the missus and all that, it's happy days. So yeah, lifestyle. So early starts. So for me personally, I start at 4 in the morning and go till 4 p.m. Well, 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. max, because that's obviously the 14-hour day there, including the hour break. But during Monday, Tuesday, I go all out, 14 hours. Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, got to pick up wee Francesca from daycare. So I start at 4 in the morning till 4 p.m. Solid 12 hours, go hard, living the dream. Still have to have a full hour break though. But yeah, like I say, productivity, all that sort of stuff is happy days. So log truck drivers start early, generally, like 3 in the morning. One of our mates, Gunther, he bloody starts at midnight and then finishes at midday. So that's a bloody that's a tasty shift right there. Like, I know it sounds tough, 14 hours or 13 hours, 12 hours, whatever, but it's not. Time flies. Like, so when I start at 4 in the morning, I have my break usually about, well, for 5.5 hours you need a half an hour break max. That's the cut off, 5.5 hours. So I do generally from 4 a.m. till 9, and that's the 5-hour mark. Have my half an hour break till 9:30, and then that covers me. And then the next would be, oh shit, what would it be? It'd be 9:30, half 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there'll be 1 o'clock would be my next half, and then from there work till 4 p.m. So you got another 3.5 hour after that. So yeah, no, what can I say? It's bloody all good. The day flies by, and especially if you've got your music playing, you've got, you know, driving a nice Kenworth, driving along like, oh, you know, AC/DC blaring or whatever, then yeah, it's happy days. Nothing beats a day when you've got a beautiful day, clear blue skies, you can see all the pine trees, you can see the eagles flying, and broken finger resting for all my normal viewers, you know, much appreciated. Thank you for subscribing and following the channel and supporting. As you know, finger got broken. It was at work, but it happens. You know, it's just one of those things. But still a positive, because I managed to do this beautiful video for you. So number 3 is building up skills and experience. So when you start off, you'll be green, no experience, no skill, you know, and then you should be a sponge. Just soak it up. Soak up all that knowledge and goodness. It's always good to learn from the older drivers, you know, who've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, because they can actually give you quite a few pointers on how to do things. Like for myself, personally, when I started off, I was like 2 sponges. I was like, you know, sucking up all that goodness. But then as you go along and you learn the procedures as well and put it into practice, you do your own way of, you know, have your own way of doing things. So with me, I'm by the book, as you know, if you see my previous content, and follow the letter to the T, all that sort of stuff, but then also helping people as well. Like if guys come in and they may have seen my videos, they're, oh Jono, I've seen you, blah blah blah, awesome, which I appreciate. And then also, you know, I can just give them a little bit of my knowledge, because I've been doing it for like 7+ years now, like doing the log truck driving side, as well as dabbling, you know, in other heavy vehicles as well, like, you know, concrete truck driving, all that sort of stuff. So still driving a heavy vehicle, but just putting experience that I've learned from concrete driving on class 4, class 5 with the logging style, blending it together, and yeah, it's spot on. Pro number 4. And so for me personally, this is one of my favorite parts of the job. So pro number 4 is the scenery. So the scenery here in New Zealand is next level, mind-blowing, depending on where you're driving, but New Zealand generally is renowned for beautiful scenery. So here in the Central Plateau area, like Taupo, Desert Road, you get to see Mount Ruapehu and the Central Plateau with the volcanoes active as well, so, you know, watch out. But you get the ski resorts there, you get all the outdoorsy sort of vibe. But when you're driving on the road around there, I just love to see the view, especially during winter, going into spring, and also autumn going into winter. You get to see the snow on the mountains. So blue sky with the mountains, awesome. And yeah, just the valleys, the gullies, all the rolling hills with the sheep and the cattle, and it's just beautiful, like beautiful sights. And then sometimes you see the Air Force flying around in the Hercules and whatever planes they're operating in on that day. So it's definitely good. You know, it's always challenging as well, especially going through Mount Maunganui and you've got all the traffic and, you know, heading to the Port of Tauranga, and depending on the day that you have, bloody, if I keep looking on the side, it's because wee baby Francesca's up, so I just put her down on the mat. But yeah, so like I say, one of the perks is the scenery, and New Zealand's renowned for it, so if you get paid for it, bloody living the dream. Pro number 5, and you guys might know this one, is the trucks. So being a log truck driver here in New Zealand, there's a lot of trucks to choose from. You know, so Kenworth is one of the main brands that gets used, and that's the truck I drive, K200, like, tasty. They have a K220 now, which I've seen in the cab, looks really flash, all digital, and sort of has like a 1970s, 80s vibe to it. I don't know how it's all set up and all that, it just looks really retro looking, which tickles my fancy because I'm an old soul at heart. But yeah, who knows, one day I might get a K220, that'd be awesome. Then you guys will be able to see the flashiest new Kenworth that in the lineup for the cab overs. Yeah, so that'd be pretty mean. But you get Scania. Scanias are like Rolls Royces of the blooming trucking world. Usually they got a fridge in the truck. Like so in the cab you got the fridge, and then in Carl's cab, bloody coffee maker on the top, and so you can have like the shway, you know, coffee whilst having a break or whatever. Lucky for some. Some trucks have microwaves in them, which is quite rare in New Zealand. I know in America and Canada they have, you know, the line haul sort of trucks which have like the big twin sleeper cab, bloody where you can stand up and it's got microwave thingy, TV and all that sort of stuff. Over here you can get that if the owner operator's, you know, feeling special, but generally it's day cab. So the day cabs and even the basic sleepers just might have a fridge, and that's about it, maybe a microwave. But yeah, and obviously the bed. But yeah, for me, day cab, so I don't have any of that sort of stuff, but it is spacious. So yeah, there's your 5 pros. I hope you enjoyed the video. My first ever on-screen sort of thing. You know, usually I'm just showcasing it from a POV perspective, but I thought, well, this video needs to be, you know, face on, all that. About being a log truck driver here in New Zealand, it's tough. You know, it's tough work, but rewarding. If you can get past the initial tough stage, it's piss easy. You know, you're gonna have your days where it's gonna be, but you get that with every job. Everywhere you go, you're gonna have ups and downs. But at least with the log truck driving side of things, you're in nature, which is beautiful. You suck up the cleanest, purest air. The pay as well is really competitive, and as you go up with experience, you get a lot more. Like me, ching ching. The extra weight in the truck because of the money in the wallet is just next level. So you'll get there. And what can I say, the trucks, you know, it's always fun, you know, to go on a nice Kenworth, Scania, a DAF. They're alright. You know, I wouldn't, you know, want to go full time on one, but you never know. You know, if it's one of those newer DAFs, they look a bit better. Okay guys, got a new camera for the channel. This is the DJIosmonano. So it's a POV camera from DJI. Has all the features that my normal camera has, the Action 4, but in a smaller form factor. And yeah, it's going to be next level, I would say, you know, for the channel, and be able to give you guys better content and also better viewing angles as well. I'll be able to place this in different places and all that sort of stuff, so it's going to be awesome. So I just want to say a big thank you to JB Hi-Fi and JB Hi-Fi Rotorua for your ongoing support and guidance in attaining products which help the channel grow. And also DJI, thank you for making awesome content, awesome drones as well, and cameras and equipment, which have helped this channel reach more places and inspire people to get into the forestry sector. So stay tuned guys, it's going to be sick with this POV camera, and come later on in the Philippines it's going to be next level. So my next place that I want to go in regards to content is drones. I know you've seen some of my drone footage with the DJI Neo. Awesome drone, but I want to level up, as it were. So I'm looking at getting a Mini 4 Pro, which will be able to track, you know, the truck, car, whatever, and give you guys a better aerial view and better content as well. So stay tuned and I'll keep you posted for that one. So have an awesome day, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.